Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Pisces, this week we're looking at you, your friend, and your foe. That's what we're doing. We're going to look at you, your friend, and your foe. Now, because I am looking at three different energies, I'm calling three different energies into this reading. There is always a possibility you could end up in one of these other spots. 9 times out of 10, y'all end up in the you spot. So, no, but sometimes it doesn't. And, the you, your friend, and your foe. Your friend and your foe energy, like my intention is that I'm calling on the energy of someone else, like other people, or maybe could be a situation, or could be an institution, or job, could be anything. There is the odd time that this energy will come forward as your friend is, what is the thing that is for your highest good that you could do right now? And the foe could be the energy of what is the thing that is not for your highest good. You shouldn't do that right now. So, keep that in mind. This reading can be interpreted in those ways. But my intention for this reading is that you are in this energy first. You are the first row, and these are outside entities. So, Pisces, you, your friend, and your foe. There is a link in the description below. If you want to book a private reading with me, you can go down to that link, and it'll tell you all the information. All right, Pisces. Your energy. Oh, it's nice. It's in the upright. You are the networker. In the light, you enhance unity through sharing of information. You engender social awareness and empathy. So, you like to share information here. You like to do it in a way that uplifts people. It helps people. Yeah, you could be a little bit of a social butterfly at times. Your friend is in the upright as well. Your friend is the hermit in the light. Your friend seeks solitude to focus intently on their inner life. Serves their personal creativity. So your friend is an introvert. Okay. Your foe is also in the upright. It's interesting. Your foe is an athlete in the light. They are dedicated to transcending physical limits, including their handicaps, development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. I don't know. Sounds like your foe's working on themselves. Say it literally does. Sounds like your foe is working on themselves. Okay. We're going to shuffle it out now. We're going to look at motives and what motives are directed towards. All right, motives. Pisces, your motives are in the upright. Again, you are child in the light, child divine in the light. Innocence, purity, and redemption suggest a special connection with the divine. So you have a really healthy inner child here. You are connected to the divine. You like to connect with other people who are in this divine energy and have a healthy sense of innocence and purity within them. Yeah, it's really nice. It's nice energy. All right, now your friend's motives, they are in the reverse. Mother in the shadow. Smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. That's the friend's motives. Smothering or abandoning, but they're all by themselves. How are they doing that by themselves? Is this person a bit of an isolationist? That's the word I'm trying to say. Jeez Louise, an isolationist. Is that a word? Or am I having trouble because it's not even a word? So I'm trying to make up something that doesn't exist. Well, it's there now. Now it exists. This person's now, okay, I'm wondering, this person could be dealing with a mother themselves that is not allowing them to grow up. This person could be dealing with a mother who's kind of smothering them or instilling some type of guilt. Gosh, why would you do that? Guilt for being independent. Lord, really? The more independent my offspring becomes, I am so proud. Okay, your foe's motives are in the upright. Teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Everybody's being pretty good right now. Everyone around you's like behaving. Okay. Your motives are directed towards, well, it's in the reverse, which isn't necessarily bad, because you could be directing like this. You want something nice to come out of something that's not. Child nature in the shadow. Tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. Wow. Do you know what this looks like? This looks like to me that you are trying to get in touch with people to help someone here who is maybe going down a bad path. Right? You're the networker. I wonder if somebody here, if like you work in child services or something like that. You could work in child services. You could work with children. Because it's almost like identifying someone who is, okay, this person has like abusive behaviors. They tend to abuse other people. Maybe you catch them abusing animals in some way. And your motive is to, is to help redeem them and bring the purity and the innocence back. That's really interesting. Shit. Right? Like the child, the Nazi little child. Can you do that? Like sometimes, well, I guess you can. I should wonder though, right? Like you hear stories of, no, it's not to say that everybody who does that becomes one, but a lot of times when people are young and they're abusive to animals, or they're killing animals, or they're doing like mean things, they often tend to go down other roads. I want to know, it's almost like right with the networker too, it's almost like I really feel like I'm clicking on someone here who is somehow either interacting, it could be your own child, it could be a child in your neighborhood, it could be somebody's inner child, but I feel like you are seeing that somebody is not right here. There's something about their behavior that's kind of pulling out some red flags, big time. And your motive here is to kind of like, can we redeem the innocence in this person? Can we bring innocence back to this person? And your energy is almost like trying to see what resources exist out there to do that. And also like, it's almost too like trying to get the social community or something like that to be aware of a problem and be empathetic. Huh. Yeah. To be aware of a problem and be empathetic here, as opposed to like, like being judgmental. Oh, somebody's not behaving right. Somebody is not behaving right. And maybe to you, you think, well, I don't know, if it's a kid, you're right, like there's a possibility that there's so many different spectrums that people can have too. And our world tends to be focused on, like, if this is you feel comfortable in this environment. If this is you might struggle. There's going to be different ways you're going to act out because you're not going to feel comfortable. But you're going to have to, you got to fit into that box. That's, like that can be life at this point. But then this could be, like you could have a friend here and you're trying to redeem their inner child. There's somebody here I feel like you're trying to help. And it's like you're trying to find the resources, or you're trying to bring the community together to help, to do this. Oh, your friends' motives are directed towards the Messiah. Jeez Louise. Sometimes these are so big, like the Messiah. Your friends' motives. Your friends' motives. Oh. What am I picking up here? I'm picking something up here. Because your friend is someone who likes to keep to themselves, okay? That's who your friend is. But your friend is, their motives, I don't think your friend is motivated by trying to smother children or instill guilt in them for becoming independent. I think they're motivated by like situations like that. Okay, so that's interesting because why are we going down this road? This is really funny. I'm not a child psychologist. I don't know much about this. So I feel like I'm going with the cards, what the cards are telling me, because this is like you are seeing someone here, right? This behavior is not normal. This behavior is self-destructive. This behavior is also destructive to others. This behavior could get worse if it's just left unchecked, right? And so you're motivated to redeem and bring the purity and the innocence back to this person. And it's funny because you're networking, like you're like trying to find somebody who's qualified to do this, or trying to find somebody who has experience with this, right? And maybe somebody does, and maybe it's your friend, and they're like, you know, for the most part, I like to stay by myself. I don't like to talk to anybody anymore. I've withdrawn from society. And maybe you're even just trying to find like this person. Maybe that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to find this person. But this person's, oh my God. Okay, if we're talking about kids, parents can be difficult. Parents can be very difficult. And what do we have here but like a parent? Okay, your friend has withdrawn from society because of parents. That's what I feel like. They've withdrawn from society because of parents. Because it's like, you know what? It doesn't matter how you help. This, I'm really feeling like I'm picking up the energy here of someone who is involved in like some sort of social program or cause or, yeah. So they're like, no, I'm not, because you know what? It doesn't matter what you do. They smother the kid. Look at how in both these cases, holding on too tight, won't let go. Oh yeah, right? Because my little Johnny wouldn't do that. My little Johnny's not like, I don't know what I'm getting, but right? It's like, you know, it doesn't matter because you can't talk to, if the parent is the problem, what is this? Because the hermit is someone who is withdrawn from the world. And why? Because the parents are the problem. And they're motivated by God, the Messiah, serving humanity with humility. Now, I'm wondering if there's something that you're dealing with here. Now, it doesn't have to be a kid, but even if it's an adult, okay, even if it's an adult, 9 times out of 10, any sort of like really debilitating behavioral problems come from childhood, right? So there's probably a parent that was involved in it to some degree. Because you could have a friend here and you're trying to help them out. You're trying to find the right source for this. I think you have someone here that is, whether you know that or not, I don't know. And this person is definitely, this person will do the right, this, like they're motivated by God. That's what this person is motivated by. No, that's where their motives are directed towards. Maybe your friend is this person who has pulled away because they have a tendency to abuse. I don't know what extent that is, right? Abuse animals, people in the environment. Some of these cards are really extreme. Okay, so what? Oh, here we go. The foe is got something in the reverse finally. What your foe's motives are directed towards, right? Your foe's motives are teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. Where is that directed towards? The monk, nun, shadow. Navigate judgment. No, sorry, negative judgment of the physical world, excess piety. 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 Piety? Oh, I don't know anymore. The fool and the artist is at the bottom. Revealing emotions without any fear, expressing life on a new dimension. Your foe is trying to transcend some sort of physical limitation here. Trying to develop their own personal willpower and strength. Their motive is to have an ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. What motivates them is the negative judgment of the physical world. Oh, okay, right? And your foe's energy is trying to transcend physical limits. Your foe's trying to transcend physical limits. And what motivates them is the negative judgment of the physical world. Your foe's trying to rise up in a way that people said that they can't. That's strange, though. Why would they be your foe? Why are they your foe? Why are they your foe? Why is the foe Samaritan in the shadow, extracting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer? But you look helpful. Is this person helpful? When this person helps, they want you to respond. You need to appreciate, you need to recognize what I've done here. Oh, right? Because they're getting over some sort of physical limitation. That's what they're trying to do. In some way that they could be physically limited in the world. That could be a disability. That could be like some sort of resource or lack of money or lack of resource in some way, right? So if this person has done something to help you, or they've done something for you, they expect you to recognize this and show some type of appreciation for the help that they're offering. But okay. I don't think they have the answer to what it is that you're looking for. So see how this is working out? Because I think your friend is coming up as the person who has the answer to what it is that you're looking for. And this person, right, they want to be able to transcend something. And they're motivated by being able to communicate their knowledge and their skill and their wisdom and their experience. It's almost like they want to be seen. And here's the thing, that this is how this is different. How their help is different from your friend. If your friend is going to help you, because your friend is guided by Messiah energy. This is the right thing to do. Somehow, like, this person taps into God and they know what would help. I mean, that's absolutely true. I really can be. As long as this person really is tapped in. It's kind of makes me chuckle. I did a private reading for someone and I picked up a whole bunch of stuff, and it was kind of cute because she confirmed later in an email and said that I literally hit on everything that a psychologist had for her, but I was just less money. I got that. Well, it's God, right? Like, I don't know. I have no idea what the answer to half the problems are. But, like, just let God speak. That's kind of who the friend is. So you're probably going to get real help here. Now, this could be someone who might, okay, you got to be careful, because depending on what you're I don't know what you're dealing with. Like, there are times where you need to be properly educated to understand things. I don't know what you're dealing with. I also believe that is very important, not to pretend you're a psychologist, right? Like, well, I wasn't given psychology information. I was just reading energy. Okay. So this foe doesn't like anyone who leans into God too much. That's why they're the foe. Because the negative world has been given too much negative judgment. This person's trying to elevate the physical world. and their motives are directed towards people who look more towards God for answers than maybe them. Or, yeah, you see how this takes a little minute with these cards. So you can see how even though the foe has come up with certain things in the light, see how what their motivation is directed towards is so different from the friend. Serving humanity with humility. There's no humility over here with the foe. The foe is like, this is not God, this is me that has done this. And so this is somebody who's asking, this person wants, if they've helped you, you better recognize that. It's them who's done it. It's not God. Don't put God in the equation. That's the foe. The friend puts God in the equation. Oh my God. Sorry. So if there's just say, okay, we're just going to go back. You got these child cards over here. Again, some of you might literally be dealing with a child. This could be an adult child, and we could even just be, like I said, talking about the inner child. But for sake of argument, I'm just going to say it's like a kid, right? So if there's a problem here with someone's behavior, this is almost, I want to say to some extent, like your friend perhaps does not even want to, because they're withdrawn. They focus intensely in their inner life here as opposed to their external world, which is the foe does not. The foe is really wrapped up in the external. They have the answer that you need, but this is probably not the answer that is maybe popular. Maybe like, right? Like maybe not, like if there's a problem with the kid, the problem is coming from the parent, right? Like that's, I want to say that's how the friend is showing up here. It's like, well, where the foe, I don't know. They might come up with the same answer. I have no idea. No idea what answer they would give you to a problem that you, like you just look like you're looking to find the right answer from someone here. It's giving me this vibe too. Like, it's giving me the vibe of, you know, let's say there is a child with some sort of behavioral issue, and it doesn't always work. I don't know. I'm trying not to, I don't want to generalize, but it's hard when we're doing a general reading. So it's kind of like, you could have a psychologist sit down with this kid, and the psychologist could sit down, and it's kind of like putting a Band-Aid on something. The psychologist could sit down, and they could give the child something to help them manage whatever it is that they're dealing with, but they never get to the core issue. They never get to the core. They never heal the problem. They just give the child some sort of coping mechanism. And the coping mechanism is honestly probably only going to take them so far. And then when they get to a new stage or another stage, they're going to need another type of coping mechanism until the root of the problem is addressed. Feels like just in context of this reading, the root of the problem is the mother or the father or whoever. Maybe if this is an actual something that someone's dealing with, it really is the mother. The mother is the root of the problem. But if, see, your friend would just come out and say that. And like nobody wants to hear it. Or maybe the mother has some sort of social status. Don't say that. Don't say that the mother is the root of the problem. Okay? That's what this is. And it's almost like your friend knows exactly what's going to happen if you say the truth. That's why they're like off on their own. I don't want to. Because, yeah, you can go over to that person there who is, what's important to them is that you can see that they have this knowledge, they have this skill. You just need to see it long enough until you've walked away and you think the kid is okay. And to them, then you better say thank you. You better say thank you. So, and they are not interested in anyone who has deeper answers of solution from, like, God. To some extent, it's almost common sense, really. But it's just, we just do live in a strange world. So, Saboteur in the reverse. Virgin and Saboteur in the reverse. Virgin, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Saboteur in the reverse. Induces self-destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. This feels like, too, like somebody who makes problems so that they can be the one who looks like the hero in fixing them. And this could be your friend trying to protect themselves from this. Okay, I just wanted to quick tarot on this. These are going to get deep this week. I really feel like these are going to get deep this week. You are a networker. You are the networker. Oh, the Nine of Fire, the Nine of Wands. Boy, you are like endlessly. Are you looking for someone to help you with a problem here? Feels like you're always trying to be like on the positive side. Let's share information here to be helpful. Let's have empathy towards this problem. And I want to say the foe, because they really don't care about the problem. The only thing that the foe cares about is that they are recognized for having the solution. And if the solution is just putting a Band-Aid on something so it looks good, nobody can see the blood anymore, nobody can see the injury. Pull a sweater over and nobody will know. Just wear that all the time until they outgrow the sweater, right? But then maybe by that point, nobody's around anymore. Or it's, wow, this person's just popped off again. We thought that they were okay. Apparently they weren't. And it's like almost directed back to, yeah, wow. Okay. Child in the light is what your motives are. Child in the light. Your motives are. Child in the light. Crone of Water, the King of Water, the King of this song. You have a lot of feeling here. You are somebody who is driven. Your empathy is like deep here. Yeah. So it's just like really deep. You have deep feelings about this. Or could be, okay. You know that deep down inside somebody is pure. Deep down inside someone here, they're pure. And there's been, something's gone wrong. So your motives are directed towards what the wrongness, what the child's not doing right. The Two of Cups. Well, that feels like an emotional oh my God. Okay. Is this a child that has an issue that you had as a kid? Okay. That's like that. It's like, I want them to see that I understand where they're coming from. I have felt like that before too. I have behaved like that too. Oh my God, this reading is so deep. But that's curious though, like, right? If you're, I was going to say, if you know that, if you see that, would you not know what caused it? Unless this is something that's also part of a self-discovery for yourself. I feel like this Hermit has all the answers. The Hermit. The Eight, this is their work. The Eight of Pentacles. This is what they do. They can see the problem. This person may have like pulled away. I feel okay, this could be two people. These could be two doctors, two child psychologists. And one of them has gone under the same training. Right? No, they both had the same training. I would bet that these people have both had the same training. But the one who's coming up as your friend here, this is the one who recognizes that most of the time the problem is this. The kid doesn't need a pill. You don't need to teach them to do this when they're feeling this. You need to get to the root of why they feel that way. Because once you figure out why they feel that way, and 9 times out of 10, it's mom, it's dad. There's your answer. But mom and dad are paying for the psychology treatments. Well, it's probably true. And they don't want to hear it. Oh my God, what have I tapped into here? Friends' motives, mother, in the shadow. The sun, wow. It is to help the mother too. Geez, well, if you help the mother, you help the child. God, this is interesting. Isn't it right? If you help the mother, you help the child. Bring things to light that people don't want to see. That's what, is... Wow. Okay. Your friend's motives are directed towards Messiah, serving humanity with humility. This is even somebody who could give you advice and they're like, don't tell anyone you got it from me. They know it's going to solve the problem. They know everything is going to be so much better. But this is also, see the difference? The difference in the foe is they're probably not going to give you an answer that is going to work long term, but it's going to look like, at least in the immediate sense, that something's been solved. Make sure you tell everyone that I'm the one that helped you with that. Your friend is like, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody it was me. Messiah. The devil. Wow. God and the devil. Jeez Louise. I don't know what I'm tapping into this week. God and the devil. Your friend is battling like the devil. Your friend is doing God's work and battling the devil. Your foe, to some extent, is raising up the darkness of earth, like kind of working with the devil and asking to get rewarded. The foe's energy, athlete in the light, transcending these physical limitations. The 5 of earth. I want to say, I feel like the foe could even be someone who's trying to get back to somewhere. This could be somebody who is maybe no longer in a profession, or they could be having they're outside, this person, they have physically been, maybe people have recognized their advice isn't good. I don't know. I really feel like I'm doing a reading here for somebody who, you could have like 2 doctors you're trying to choose from. You could have 2 psychologists that you're trying to choose from. You could be getting advice from 2 different friends. If you got one friend giving you advice, and you know it's the kind of advice that could ruffle feathers with what the answer is, and this person is like, yeah, just get through it. Everything will be good at the end. You take the credit. It doesn't matter. I don't want to. But the other person is, oh yeah, you're going to get a quick result. Everyone's going to be happy, and make sure everyone knows it was me. So that's one way to determine this. So the foe's motives are teacher, ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. The 10 of Cups. Okay, the foe wants to share, right? The foe wants to share wisdom where everybody's happy. As I said that, everybody's going to be happy. It's going to be great. Where your friend knows that there's at least one person here that's not going to be happy. It's the person who's the problem. And it's probably also the person who's paying for the sessions. So, yeah. And your foe's motives are directed towards negative judgment of the physical world. Putting too much faith in God. Now, right, like, you got to, yeah, sometimes God works through people, right, that are very intelligent and learn things. Like, don't bypass that either. But lovers. Oh, the true path. They're motivated. The true path. Negative judgment of the physical world. Beltane. Divine. Divine masculine and feminine. Just give me another for the lovers. Justice. Holy crap. The Nine of Earth. And the Six of Wands. This person wants to be seen as very divine. Say that. This person, I'm going to tell you, the foe truly believes that they are serving justice here. And they think that, you know, I could sit on both sides of this argument. That's my Gemini rising. I honestly, like, I could sit on both sides of this argument. There are times when science is 100% important, and there are also times where there are some things that we just cannot explain, and, you know, your gut tells you so. I don't know. It's just like this. In this case, in this situation, your friend is the Hermit. Okay? So, the Hanged Man, which is the circle in this deck, the Four of Fire, and the Moon. Saw one. Moon. There's a moon. It's like seeking things. Just give me the energy of a seer. Very much so. A seer. Anyways, that's what I got. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I am going to ask, what is the unexpected coming towards you? What is the unexpected coming towards your friend? And what is the unexpected coming towards your foe? There are two options in the description below if you would like to follow me to the extended. Thank you so much, Pisces, my Pisces friends. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.